guys. So most of you guys know this tractor as Dirty Burban, and it'll always be Dirty Burban, but some big changes are going to happen here. The spring romp, we always have a spring romp. Me and a couple other people always have a ride, and this tractor is going. It went last year. It's going to go this year, but there's a few problems with it. Like the steering is a complete mess. All the tie rods are junk. There's a bunch of play in the steering. I already started making toolbox for my ammo can, a mount for that. You can kind of see it. I guess you can't see it. Right there. Those two rods right there going across. Then I built this custom exhaust. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That is a Briggs Intech V-twin, like flange. That actually fit right on, and it was a perfect size, so I used it. And it comes down at a 90, so straight to another 90 that goes back to a small muffler and then to a tip over there. That's just where it comes out. Sounds really good. I'd start it up, but I'm not for you guys because I'm about to tear this thing apart. But so back to that part. Sorry about this glare right here. But basically, the gray and black is cool, but it's not for me. Originally, this was the original plans for Dirty Burban, yellow and gray, but luckily that never happened, or else this would have happened what I'm about to do would have happened a long time ago. So, this is going to be rebuilding Dirty Burban for the romp, and I'm pretty sure it's at the end of May, which I think today's May 27th, so I got a little bit of time to get this done. Just a few odds and ends I've wanted to do. Change it up. I get kind of sick of stuff after a while, so I got to change it up a little bit. And I might change something up with the bumper, move it out more, and put my winch up front. But that's not really important. So I'm going to start tearing this tractor down and get on with it. So I'm sorry about that glare. I'll shut the door. Guys, so it's pretty much torn down as much as I'm going to take it for this clip, and I still got to take that panel off and stuff, but motor's out, fenders are off, seats off, hood and grill are out. I just have the winch still to take off. I don't think it's going to actually end up back there again. I think it's going to actually get bolted up front this time, the way I really wanted it. So we're going to extend the bumper out. I'm glad I'm doing this because I found a lot of rust, actually, like a lot of rust and ugly spots. And this, when I actually painted this, the black section of the frame, I didn't do a very good job. I kind of just half-assed it, and it was a shitty day when I did it, so We're going to do it correctly this time, sand it. We're probably actually going to clear coat it. This section will be black. I'm not going to say anything else. You guys will see, and the people at the spring romp will see what the tractor turns out to be. And so next time I get some more do more to this tractor, I'll make sure to record it. So I got some more stuff done here. I got the winch off. What else? Just some random stuff off. Like the clutch is taken apart. The bumper is cut off. I got some pieces over here painted. I know it's kind of hard to tell. Hold on. Sorry about the lighting. There's my valve cover painted blue. My recoil painted blue. My clutch painted blue. Motor's over here. I'm going to throw a rag over the valves just until I can get the valve cover back on tomorrow, but just for the heck of it, here's a shot of the valve train. I didn't mess up the gasket too bad by the looks of it. Yeah, I can reuse that. Alright, cool. So, and looking at this, if you can't see that, I'm pretty sure these friggin' rims are done. So I'm going to pull this bolt off and see how bad it really is. Here, if you guys can see that, try to get the light correct. Yeah. Yeah, these rims are shot, so I'm going to have to put these tires on a different set of rims, so that's going to suck. So one more thing added to my list to do, but I guess we got till June 3rd, so 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm doing a little work here. I got the engine basically situated. I got all the covers on and stuff. I know it's hard to tell in this lighting, but they're all blue. The shroud, pull start shroud is blue. Made this custom intake filter. It's not clamped down right now. It's actually a cup holder, and then I drilled out everything inside of here to make all the jets open, because when I originally got the engine, I had to cut a hole out over here and it let air in, and I tried to melt some plastic in, and it just made it worse. So then what I did, and since this is super thin and this is thick, I just pressed the two metal pieces that were in here. I pressed them out, and they're just right here, spacers, and then this just slides in like that. I'm just going to put a couple of self-tappers around it. And I got the little pod filter on the valve cover. I got all the shrouding off up top here. I got my spring going from here to down to the shrouds because it was always hooked to the governor. See it moving down there? I know you can't. And my custom governor lever mount that just hooks onto the back, right back there. So that's a little update on the motor. Alright guys, so I got some more stuff done. I dropped the front axle out of the tractor to get painted and rebuilt. The rear rims are painted. I didn't paint the center because I'm painting the center is the blue. It's got shitty rear tires on it right now. The motor's done back there. I pressure washed it. I'm going to sand where all the paint came off and stuff, especially around the engine because it leaked oil. So, and something else, I extended the bumper out 8 inches on either side. I cut slots in this is 1 inch or 2 inch square stock. I cut slots in that, welded it to either side, welded my winch fair lead here, and then it's just welded right to here. This is 1 inch. This is where it would slide into, and it just welded onto either side. So it's pushed out 8 inches, and when the winch is on, it is directly maybe ½ an inch from the front grill, so it's all nice and flush. So and this time it's actually straight. Doesn't look it because that rear tire back there is actually really flat. But now I can finish welding in my toolbox spot and for the little battery. But the front end, I gotta steam clean that. The whole chassis has been steam cleaned. Everything's been steam cleaned. I got the front wheels off. I have my new rims. I painted those at the other location, and you're not going to be able to tell on camera. Sorry about the lighting, but these rims are absolute smoke. So I'm going to go put those tires on maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But I figured I'd give you guys a little update. And I'll show you guys the painted parts in my basement next. Alright guys, so I got the frame all painted. It's a little dirty because there's a little bit of pollen on it. It's that time of the year. Front axle's painted blue. It's kind of hard to tell. Just because painted the transmission blue because I propped this up on a pole outside and actually painted the hole underneath of the chassis and stuff. So everything underneath is now black too, which I didn't do when I originally painted it. But I'm going to try and get the front end back together, possibly get the rear tires on tonight. So I'm going to see how far I can get with this. Alright, so this is what I've gotten done so far. I got the fenders on, seat spring in, the rear wheels on. I haven't finished the fronts. They're at the other shop. I got the motor bolted in. I got my new spring, and it's nice and loose. It's not too hard and it's not too loose, so it snaps back. I painted the exhaust in a high temp black heat. I just did the first start. I guess I'll start it up again. It's hard to do it one-handed. Alright guys, so it's been quite a long time since I've made a video on this rebuild. Right now, I basically have everything together besides, sorry the lighting's not the best, besides an engine pulley. I need to put tie rods on. I just got new idler pulleys today. There's the clutch idler pulley. And then the one that bolts behind there. I just got new ones just because I didn't want the bearings to be seizing up, and the old ones are starting to get a little noisy and I can't stand when they start to squeal. So the reason why I haven't been doing anything with this is because tie rod situation. Finding tie rods for these things is kind of a pain in the neck, because when you do find the right ones, they're expensive, and I'm cheap. So what I ended up having to do was I had these, somebody gave me these two, these were given to me, and they fit the stock tie rod, the tie rods, but the problem is that they're two righties, and I needed a lefty and a righty. So what I did is I found these tie rods, and they're pretty decent. They're not too worn out. Is I took the tie rods and I made that tie rod right there the same length as these. So I have one tie rod done, but the problem now is I have two righties and I need a lefty. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm just going to cut one of these in half and weld two right hand sides together. I know it's not the right way, but I mean it's the way because I need this tractor to be done. It's been neglected for too long, so that's what we're gonna do. I need a new engine pulley because I stole the other one for a different tractor. I think we're gonna go with a 7-inch this time instead of a 6 or a 6.5, whatever they have in stock. But yeah, so we're gonna get to working on that and hopefully get this done. Okay, so I got some stuff done. I got the tie rods on, all adjusted, and I painted them silver on each side, so everything's nice now. I started to build a rear bumper out of 1-inch conduit and a piece of old bike handlebar. I believe these are, I think, 6 inches coming out, and this is like 21 inches across. And I just have this little piece right here. And I have a piece of chain that I'm going to weld from here to here, and that'll be the tow hook to tow a tractor or something out, or hook a chain to. I might make a receiver hitch coming out. I'm not sure yet. But now that I got all that done, I am going to make some panels to go in here, the 3 slots. I had one that used to go in here, but it had sears in it. It was gray, so I'm going to just leave that. So I'm going to make a new one. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet, so yeah. I got the pulley for this thing now. It's a 7-inch, just Tractor Supply pulley. I painted it Ford blue, and I put a little bit of sparkle in it I just want to play around with a little bit of sparkle. I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty good. But, yeah. So, now that I've done that, now I have to get a bigger belt, so I gotta pull that rear wheel off. I think I'm actually gonna pull, both rear. Alright guys, so I've gotten all the idler pulleys and on. The rear bumper is finished and painted. Alright guys, so I got the idler pulleys on. It needs a new belt. It needs an 85-inch belt, and of course Tractor Supply didn't have one, so I have to get one of them soon. The rear bumper is done. Sorry about the terrible lighting. It's getting late. I got this big piece of heavy chain welded in there. That's my tow hook. Got it painted. It's basically done. There's just a few things left up. I made this center plate right here to go in right there. I just have to get a bigger screw. I don't have big enough screw. I have to get one of them. I painted the little, you can't see, but the original caps that came on the tractor now that I'm running Suburban rims. Tie rods are painted silver. I don't remember if I said. I had to make this brace right here out of just some flat stock. It went from this mounting hole to that mounting hole because when you run these hoods through the woods and stuff, these like grill supports will break, and mine broke, so I just put this for some reinforcement because I don't have room to run one that comes down off the frame, off the grill that goes to the frame. So, alright guys, so that's going to be it for this episode on Dirty Bourbon. I need to get this video uploaded. I know I'm not showing the finished product, but I'm going to have another video because I'm losing subscribers and people keep asking mud mower stuff, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to get to it. So I got to put this video up so we can gain some subscribers back. We're almost to 1,000. Losing views, so get the mud mower video up right now, and I'll have a finished walk around of it and hopefully a little ride. So please rate, comment, subscribe.